Hi, Utica family. I think most of you know who I am. For those of you who don't, my name is Dan Scott. I am in my home studio here where I do a lot of radio work, podcast work, some video stuff. And it's from here that I come to you to tell you about a brand new ministry that I've started that God has led me into. I want to thank Pastor Ryan for giving me the opportunity to put this video together, and I'll try to be as brief as I can. This is the third time that I've tried doing this video. And let's just say that for someone who's accustomed to talking 3 hours at a time, brevity can be an issue, but I'm going to try to boil it down as well as I can. Going back about 2 years ago, God began to put on my heart that I needed to take the talents that He has given me in broadcasting and public speaking and the like, and do more for Him and less for myself. And in the past, there were some things that I had tried to do that I thought were God's will for my life, and it turned out that it was what Dan wanted to do. And I was saying, God bless this. And we all know how that works out. Normally it doesn't, and it didn't for me. So I probably procrastinated more than I should. And God just would not let this go. Going back about a year ago, I sent an email to three men who I just love in this church, who have been such great mentors to me: Don Harper, Danny Roach, Jim Hayes, and laid out where I believe God was leading me in pretty significant detail. And I got positive feedback from all of them. And I still continued to procrastinate and to pray. And it got to the point where every message, every devotion, every preacher that I listened to on the radio, the guys that I listened to regularly, David Jeremiah and Charles Stanley and all of these guys, and even Pastor Ryan, in one of his bullet points from 2 or 3 months ago, was, "What are you waiting for?" And I just couldn't get away from it. Tony Evans, they were all saying that, "What are you waiting for?" So finally I said, "Lord, if this is what you want, I'm going to do it. There are roadblocks that are going to have to be taken care of." And boy, did he remove those roadblocks, from costs to several different ones that I don't have time to go into. The most significant one being the IRS. We are a 501c3 approved nonprofit charity organization, a Christian charity organization. I was told this would take 6 months or more. The IRS approved this in 6 weeks. So I believe that God's hand is on this. What is Grand Slam Ministries? Well, it is going to be the organization under which a radio show that I'm going to do operates. Number one, it's going to air on stations that we're going to buy time on regionally and around the country, giving me a chance to do interviews with people that I have made contacts with and built relationship with over the last few months and years. National folks, sports figures and otherwise, who are Christians, and tell those stories, phenomenal stories, and share their faith stories to a wide audience. They're just incredible stories that need to be out there. And I've been doing it on my podcast. We're going to take it to a larger level. The radio show costs money. We'll get to that in a minute. But it's also going to be, if it works out the way I believe it will, listener supported, which is going to generate revenue then to do other things. Number one, I talked about mentors a moment ago. Don, Danny, and Jim were tremendous mentors to me in this church. When I first got saved, my life was an absolute wreck. Did not have a full-time job. They came alongside me. They helped me become the kind of Christian husband and father that I am supposed to be. And look, it's still a work in progress. It's like sanctification. You never get there until you get there, but you're always trying to work and improve. I want to take what they've done for me and give back, starting with teens, and teach them how to be godly men, and then take those godly men and teach them how to be better husbands and fathers the way the Bible instructs us to be. And what that looks like, programs, whether it's through the church or whatever, that's yet to be determined. The other thing that's really on my heart right now, we do a lot in this church with the Golden Corners Food Bank, with our daily rest, our daily bread, which is fantastic. But do you know that there are children in our schools who go home on Friday and do not eat again until they get back to school on Monday? This is happening in our communities. Angela and I found out about this going back about 8, 10 years ago. We need to find a way to affect change where that's concerned. And food affect the positive change in the home life, whatever we can do to help these kids, that is something that is very much on my heart. Again, what does that look like? That's something that's still a work in progress. But those are the kind of the immediate things that Grand Slam Ministries is going to be focusing on. There's a lot more in my mind, but you've got to start somewhere. And those are the immediate focuses that we're going to be putting our time and attention to. You can see on the screen, I think, coming up. Yeah, there we go. The post office box, PO Box 35 in Central 29630. And you can see the prayer needs. First of all, God's direction above and beyond anything else. I want Him leading this. I don't want to lead this. I need to follow. And you know what I mean when I say that. I need speaking opportunities to share more about Grand Slam Ministries. I need someone who is adept at building websites, especially where WordPress is concerned. I have a website that needs to be reconfigured, and so the prices that I've been getting from people in the business way, way too expensive for what we can afford right now. And then finally, donations. I have this goal by the end of June to raise $20,000 to try to get the radio show on the air across the country in various markets. That may not be God's goal. It may not be His timetable. We will find out. But if you feel led to do so, the address is right here, or you can come and talk to me personally. I would just appreciate your prayers above and beyond anything else, because I know this is where God is leading me. He's leading Angela with me. We are going to be working on this as a team, and we need you to come alongside us as prayer partners. We are just getting started in this thing, and I would appreciate advice. I would appreciate help in any way you can give it, and mostly I would appreciate your prayers. Thank you again. I look forward to talking to you. If you have any questions, please let me know. God bless you all.